Internet. This is Scott with Scott's Garage. Those of you who watch my channel know that most often I work on automobiles, our daily drivers in Scott's Garage. But today I'm going to review a drill. This is not unusual. I mean, this literally is my garage, so I do more than simply work on cars here. So from time to time I'm going to do a tool review, and today we are going to review the Harbor Freight drill. This happens to be a hammer drill driver, and it's called Hercules. And what Harbor Freight has done is they have hired engineers who have built this Hercules, and unlike quite a few of the Harbor Freight tools, this one is supposed to have a really good quality from the start. Now, I've purchased a lot of tools at Harbor Freight. In fact, most of my tools are from Harbor Freight. My current cordless drill is a Chicago Electric. I've had it for about 3 years, but it is simply worn out, and I'm going to be replacing it with this. And so this will be simply out of the box. I'll give you my opinion so far of this cordless drill. So let's take it out of the box. Okay, the first thing I'm noticing is the case. It's a very nicely designed case. It's very thick plastic. It looks good. There are metal clips on the case. Hercules is supposed to compete with brands like Makita. I have a Makita cordless drill that goes back to the 90s, and it looks very similar as far as the case is concerned. I really like these metal clips on here. And so let's take a look. Okay, we have instructions. Looks like a couple of sets, so instructions for the drill itself, as well as the charger. And it looks like we have some things in here. So we have a masonry bit and also some Phillips bits that will obviously fit the drill. This, I believe, is a belt clip, and I'll figure that out here in a minute. Okay, here's the charger. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. Looks like a typical charger, but again, I can tell it's good quality. Here's the battery. Very thin design. This is 20 volts. My previous cordless drill was 18 volt, and the battery is like twice as thick. It's kind of funky on the back side. I'm assuming that's for cooling this lithium battery. So it's a 2.5 amp battery, 20 volt. And this is interesting. It has a charge indicator on it. So let's see what kind of charge is already on this battery. All right, it's already fully charged. If I read correctly, and things I read before that if it's at 4 bars, it's at least 75% or more charged. That's nice to know how much is on there. I am going to experiment now with the battery charger. I'll go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so red light comes on, and we just clip it in place. Okay, so flashing green light, red on steady. Flashing green light means it's charging, so it must be somewhere between 75 and 100% charged from the box. And again, steady red light. When it's fully charged, it'll only be a steady green light. The red light turns off. And if by chance the battery's too hot when you put it in the charge, and I live in Phoenix, that happens all the time, there's going to be a steady flash of either red or green. If it's too cold, it'll be green. And if there's a problem with the charger, there'll be a steady red here on the bottom. So it's a typical charger, but it looks like it has plenty of charge in it. I think the next thing I'll do is put the belt clip on. Okay, it's a pretty simple belt clip from what I can tell. It says Hercules, you read it so the clip end goes up, and there's a little slot right here. I don't know if you can see that, but this fits in there nice and securely, like so, and then this little set screw will go in place. You want to tighten it. Don't want to over tighten it, but you don't want the clip coming off. Okay, next let's get the battery clipped in. Okay, the battery clipped in nicely. So I'm just taking a look at the overall drill. First of all, it's a nice size drill. It's heavy. This thing, you can tell, it's got good quality to it. It feels nice grip. And it seems to be well balanced as far as I can tell right now. And if you look at this, here's the clutch for the torque settings. And there's a little arrow right here, so it's on number 1, which means that it's there's not much torque there, so you're not going to strip anything out. And tighten it, and I think it goes up to 19. Okay, 19 is the maximum, so full torque. If you're not careful with full torque, you'll strip a screw head out. And there are 3 settings here. So this is currently on the drill bit setting for drilling wood or metal or whatever you want to drill with a drill bit. The second one is a screw setting, and what that is, if you put the right tip on here, you can directly put a screw in. It doesn't matter the head; you just put the corresponding bit in for that. And then the final setting is a hammer setting, and that's really why I purchased this drill. I've always had a need for a hammer drill, drilling through masonry things. And we're going to test it out here in a few minutes. But anyway, I'm happy with the overall look and balance. It has 2 speeds, so the low gear is 1, so it doesn't spin as fast. Of course, you have clockwise, counterclockwise here. So that's pretty much standard in the trigger here. So let's fire it up for the first time and see what it feels like. Wow. Notice right away you can feel the torque. The torque specs on this Hercules are right up there with other good brands, and definitely you can feel it. Okay, let's put it on the high speed. Okay, it feels really good. Again, I like how it feels and the torque settings. I'm going to put a masonry bit in, and we're going to test that outside. Just looking at how it looks here. Let me turn the light on so you can see this better. 1 second. Okay, looking at the chuck here, I like this. It's a little bit different than what I am used to. It looks like there are different levels here. It's not just all the same. But it looks interesting. I'm going to put the masonry bit in. I don't know if you can see this or not, but you can see that what I was trying to say before is you have to go in there a ways before the teeth hit the bit. And also, too, it seems to, I can't do it with one hand here, but as I tighten the chuck, you can feel that it's just really got a grip, and I like that about this. It was off camera, but as I tighten it, you can even hear it. It just really bites down on the bit. So I don't know what they did, but I like it. Let's go. The belt clip, I put it on. How the belt clip works. So I have a belt. I normally don't wear a tool belt, but I think just a normal belt, just for demonstration purposes, will work. So there we go. It well balanced, and it hangs there. Probably would have a big old drill bit hanging out if I'm working like this. But anyway, I like it, and so far so good. Let's see how it performs. Okay, I'm in our backyard. Early in the summer, I had to run new electric conduit around the foundation, and then unfortunately a 90-foot spans out to our pool. Our pool pump, the The old conduit got moisture in there, and I couldn't pull the old wires through, so I had to put all new electric conduit in. And I had my drill, both electric and a cordless, both were Chicago Electric. And I had the hardest time. The footings for our house are solid concrete, and with a brand new masonry bit, with those normal drills, I could just hardly make any headway in drilling. So I had to borrow a friend's drill. He had a Milwaukee electric drill that was a hammer drill, and it worked really well. So that's one of the reasons that I got this Hercules, because it is the hammer drill built in. It's identical to the model step down from here. It has that extra setting again for hammer. So I have masonry bit on, and this will test it to see if it's a quality hammer drill or not. Okay, I started drilling, but I forgot to put it on the hammer setting, so now it's on the hammer setting, and we'll see how she does. Okay, it went in like butter with the hammer setting, so I am very pleased with this Hercules hammer drill. This is Scott with Scott's Garage. If you like the video, please hit like. You know how it works.